Okay, welcome everybody to our session tonight. I see some names here that I recognize, so I just want to make sure that what we're going to talk about tonight, MyRepMgr, is really only effective for the United States, for Canada, and also now for Australia. We do have some Australian sites. William, I see you there. I know that you have focused on the United States in the past. Maybe one day we'll have the UK and some of the rest of Europe, but for now it's those three countries that we're focused on. So I know it's late over there for you, so I don't want you staying up tonight and then cursing me and having nightmares thinking about how late you stayed up just to listen to Jeff talk. And also my special guest tonight, Ryan Flanagan, and also George Leith. So what we're going to talk about tonight is reputation management and how to automate the entire process. And we're going to walk you through several of the services that you see up here on the screen that are offered through MyRepMgr. You know, one of the key things that we've done here recently, for those of you who maybe have seen MyRepMgr, gone to it in the past, we've expanded the services that are offered through it. We're going to talk again about several of them tonight. Ryan's going to make that presentation, as well as we'll lead off with George Leith. But we've also reduced the amount of content that's available to visitors to come to the site, so that the resellers really are the only ones that can see the majority of the information that's contained within the site that Ryan's going to walk you through. Okay? So those are some of the changes. We've got a lot of activity going on with MyRepMgr. We now have over 250,000, that's 250,000 businesses, business accounts, business locations that are utilizing the software. It's the world's leading software for reputation management and monitoring. And you're going to learn why tonight. And Ryan's also going to talk to you about the business model around this, and some of his own experience, and the simplicity that is one of the main features and benefits of MyRepMgr and the software behind it. So with that, you know, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Ryan, and he's going to start off with a recording, a presentation that George Leith, who is the VP of Sales for the company, and he's going to make probably about a 15-minute presentation that all of you are going to want to take notes of and pay attention to. And then Ryan's going to actually walk you through the back office of the site and show you specifically some of the services that are offered and how simple and easy they are to use. This system is so automated that I was able to actually move my home office, my global headquarters, as we call it, around my house, down to Florida for a month. And that's where I'm dialing in from right now, okay, for the month of October, because the system is entirely automated, and we have all of the concierge services related to this software and this offer that are offered through World Internet Marketing. So they do all the work for us, okay? And you'll have the ability to test this out yourself for $1 for those of you who are not MyRepMgr resellers, for just $1 for 14 days, and then it's just $47 a month. So stay tuned right now. I'm going to turn it over to Ryan. I'm going to mute myself out so there's no echo coming through our speakers, and then I'll talk to you again at the end of our short presentation that we have. Ryan, take it away.
All right, Jeff, thank you so much. And, you know, I'm really excited to share this opportunity with everyone tonight. Like Jeff said, we're going to go ahead first, and we're going to lead with George Leith's presentation to really kind of put everything in perspective. Let me go ahead now and make sure I'm going to be able to share my screen. Can everybody see my screen and hear me okay? And if you want to just go ahead and give me yeses in the question box, that would be great, so we can move forward with what we've got going tonight. Fantastic. Glad to see it. Okay. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with this, and we'll move forward into the bulk of our presentation.
My name is George Leith. We're going to walk through the information that you are going to need to be a reseller for LMS Max. And I want to start by going through a number of items that are key components of any presentation that you're making to business people and some of the things that we've learned. We're protecting the reputation of over 250,000 businesses and counting, including some of the biggest brands in North America. And also small and medium businesses have found that online reputation is vitally important to their businesses as well. And we're going to walk through how you would go about selling to a client this incredible solution and how we've had success in selling in various markets throughout North America. I just want to point out one thing that's really important, and that is that clients are being inundated by telemarketers all the time. And the one thing that we found, and this is a BIA Kelsey slide from a presentation that I witnessed in Las Vegas a number of months back, and Rick Ducey, who is one of the chief operating people there at BIA Kelsey, was speaking that they did a survey of 2,500 businesses in the U.S., and those businesses reported back in the survey that either very important or extremely important to the business person was an in-premise salesperson giving them information and selling them digital products and services. They are getting phone calls on a daily basis about these products and services, and what the business people are saying in this slide and with this data is we would like to have somebody call on us, because when we have questions, and there are a number of questions in this industry, it's nice to have somebody that we can go to with those questions. And this is pretty impressive numbers when it comes to speaking to the fact that salespeople are needed in order to tell the story and to deal with the issues that come up from time to time. So we're going to talk today about reputation intelligence and how you would go out and sell that to a business person. I like to always talk about this story that appeared in the New York Times last September. Eric T. Schneiderman, the Attorney General of the State of New York, was quoted in this story talking about what's even worse than old-fashioned false advertising. New York regulators announced that day that they had completed the most comprehensive crackdown on deceptive reviews on the internet. They reached out to 19 companies and they told them to stop these practices and to pay a total of $350,000 in penalties. It's a year-long investigation where they found that companies would phone a business with negative reviews and say, hey, we can help you with that. And then they would post a number of phony positive reviews because, as we do know, they did have one thing right. The way to deal with negative reviews is to bury them in positive reviews. But these positive reviews were coming from people that didn't exist. And Schneiderman in the Attorney General's office wants to protect the validity of the online review universe. And we're going to talk about some other stats later as to how important reviews are to consumers. And this story right here just shows how important the online reputation industry has become. The best way to prospect for digital revenue is a fabulous little prospecting tool that we have access to through Reputation Intelligence called Snapshot. And it gives us a chance to start the conversation with the prospective business about their virtual doorway. And I want to take you into Snapshot right now and walk you through how easy it is to create a Snapshot report. So this is the sales tool. You're able to come into this piece, and we have a number of accounts that have been created. I just want to show you how easy it is. We go in to create an account. We select the country. We put in the phone number. We do a search, and then we move to create the Snapshot report. In about 10 minutes, it populates the report, and in 24 hours, we have a fully populated report that we could go out and talk to a client about. Let's look at one of those fully populated reports for the Hilton in San Diego, and this is what the Snapshot report looks like. It has a cover page. We can go and print it. We can also take it out on our iPad or our desktop computer and start a conversation with the client. So this is the Hilton San Diego. This is how the business wants to be seen. And when we go in to view the report, we can start talking to them about the various items. We'll get to listing distribution in a moment, but let's first talk about visibility and the sources that the Hilton San Diego should be found on. We also show some industry numbers. So they are doing just a little bit better than the industry. They have some populated sites on social, but the accuracy of their listings is atrocious. They have wrong phone numbers. They have missing phone numbers, and they have incorrect addresses. So a number of these items can be solved by communicating with the listing sources or by turning on our listing distribution product, which then takes that correct data, this information right here, and sends it out to Newstar Localese, Factual, Axiom, and Infogroup, who then in turn send that data out to the 400 places on the internet where a business needs to be seen. So I want to talk a little bit about that. some of the, and we're going to provide these assets to you as well that you can utilize as a reseller. Some of the very important assets include this one right here. Decisions by a consumer are made before they ever enter a store. 83% of consumers have said, we make our buying decisions before we ever go to a store. So the business needs to be vitally concerned about their virtual doorway. And that virtual doorway is a couple of things. It's how they want to be seen, and that's that data that's on the listing sites that we just spoke about, that visibility. And that, coupled with what consumers are saying about them on social media sites and review sites, that's what's going on right here in this research phase. Google calls it the zero moment of truth. And during that zero moment of truth, advertising leads to awareness, and then consumers go out and do research, and then they arrive at a business. So let's speak a little bit more about that listing distribution product. These are the 4 data providers that we give the data to. They then go and push that information out to over 300 places on the internet. It's a long tail solution. It doesn't happen overnight, because we don't know when the listing site is going to accept the data. We know when the data provider gets it, but we don't necessarily know when the specific listing site gets that data. And this is what we're moving to correct. Business name, street address, zip and state, phone number, the website, business category, and later this year, hours of operation, photos, and video. The local search is what we're trying to help the business with, how they show up here in that magic 7, the carousel in some categories. We're trying to help the business person achieve this local search metric, and by getting that data correct. Because when we ask Google for hair salons, this being in Gulfport, Mississippi, it goes out and it checks all the data, and it gives us the 7 that have the most consistent data. So also when we look at this snapshot report, we're able to talk to the business about reviews. And you'll see at the Hilton San Diego, they get a number of reviews, far more than their industry, but they need to be continued to getting reviews on an ongoing basis. And their reviews are coming from 6 different locations. And that's why they need a solution like Reputation Intelligence. 90% of U.S. consumers in a recent survey said their buying decisions were influenced by online reviews. Nielsen went out and asked a bunch of U.S. consumers, hey, when you make a buying decision, are you using online reviews? And 90% said yes. So if a business is not playing in the online review universe, they need to get educated as to how to handle that. And we are helping businesses all across North America with this on a daily basis. And we've come up with the 3 steps to responding to a negative review. It's a very simple thing. The first step, say you're sorry. The second step, leave some marketing. And the third step, try and get the consumer that has had the negative experience on the phone and solve the problem. That's what we're shooting for when it comes to this. Now, this business, the Hilton in San Diego, has what I would call a healthy review pipeline. They have 171 reviews coming from 6 different sources. And that's important to note, because that business should be utilizing those reviews as management tools. Good reviews show managers and owners of a business the things that they're doing right, and you should highlight those in front of your staff during your training sessions. And bad reviews show you staff that require more training or policy issues that you may need to change in your business. And with Reputation Intelligence, we deliver those reviews with email alerts. So if a review is populated for the Hilton San Diego today, tomorrow, up to 6 members of their management team will receive that review in their email without having to log into the 6 sites where they're receiving reviews. This is one of the key selling components when it comes to Reputation Intelligence. And of course, our Reputation Intelligence piece is coupled with Concierge, which provides a monthly proof of performance of the work that we're doing for the client. So yes, there's a DIY component where we show the business the issues that they have in visibility and their reviews and their social channels, and we give them a software solution that will help them with a mobile-friendly website. But we have found that the majority of businesses probably want someone to handle that stuff for them, and that's where Concierge comes in. And again, we can help you out with that as a reseller, where we can provide you with a piece of software that has a task manager for all these things that have come out of Reputation and social and web, and provides the client at the end of the month with a monthly report. And this is an example of one of these reports for Vance Gobbies in Fort Worth, Texas. It's for the month of April, and you'll see that we did a bunch of work. We improved visibility listings, and we highlight all of that in our report for the client to show them the work that we've done. We show them anything that we may be waiting on the customer for, and this client doesn't have any. But we also show them the things that we completed. Social posts that we put online using our social marketing tool, visibility that we improved, again, reviews that we may have responded to, and mentions that we read through and determined whether there was action required on the behalf of the business. So these are some of the things that we're able to deliver to the client, and the Snapshot Report, coupled with the collateral that we're going to provide you in that sales deck that we've been using on the street with salespeople all over North America, we've come up and cracked the code on how to carry on this conversation with the business person. So I just want to summarize one final time some of the things that you're going to want to talk about on every sales call. When you take out Snapshot, make sure you determine that this is actually how the business wants to be seen. This anchor data needs to be correct, or any of the data that we pulled in this report is going to be incorrect. So you want to set that up right out of the gate. Hey, Mr. Business Person, is this how you want to be seen? Then we went out and we did this report. The first is where you're found on the internet. This is your presence, and you have pretty good presence. But when it comes to the accuracy of that presence, you have some issues, and we are able to help you with that. We can either give you a solution with listing distribution that's going to just automatically communicate with these places, or we might even be able to go in and talk to some of the, maybe the big four of Google, Yelp, Bing, or Yahoo, and actually claim those listing sites for the business. The second is reviews. If they don't have reviews, we need to encourage the business person that they need to get some reviews, because 90% of U.S. consumers are starved for reviews and use them in their buying decisions. If in the case of this client where they have a healthy review pipeline, we need to impress upon them that they're never going to go to 6 places every day to see if a consumer has left them a review. So that's where they need the automated system through Reputation Intelligence to just deliver those reviews to their key managers on a daily basis. We also look at their social media channels and their mobile-friendly website in the Snapshot Report. If you are not selling these components, you can just come in here and turn them off. And then they're not going to appear in the report. So that is a quick drive through how it would work from a reseller standpoint, some of the things that you need to impress upon your reseller teams and your salespeople. Snapshot is the key. You can go out and prospect new business or existing customers you have a relationship with, and you can show them an up to 7-page report that will help them with that sales process. Once again, my name is George Leith, and I thank you for your time, and I hope this has helped you in starting that conversation and prospecting new business using Reputation Intelligence.
That was a great presentation by George Leith, and now we're going to, before we actually get into the nitty-gritty, we're actually going to talk a little bit about my background and enlighten you all a little bit more about how I started up with MyRepMgr, and really to let you know how easy it is with this type of automated revenue growth machine capability. All right, folks, well, that was a great presentation by George Leith. We're going to switch it over now and talk a little bit more about MyRepMgr. And before we get into the nitty-gritty, I'd just like to share a little bit more about my background with MyRepMgr and really to show you how easy it is to make money with this solution. Just a little bit of information about me. I've got about 8 years in the financial sector, specifically in retail banking. I was looking for a change and needed to grow my skill set outside of banking and really explore what else was out there. I was looking for something sexier, something more of a challenge. So it's been about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half since I've been in digital marketing. And I do work with Jeff. I also have my own company, and I manage support as well as being a reseller for MyRepMgr. And I support many of Jeff's other additional services as well. Got a beautiful wife, Kellen, and I've got 2 dogs, little dachshunds, Lonnie and Loki, and I love to travel. In fact, this is a picture of my wife and I on the top of Mauna Kea in May 2014. And, I want to have the ability to just pick up the office, kind of like Jeff does, and be able to work where I am, and it doesn't matter where that is. And MyRepMgr really gives me the ability to do that and really be successful at it. So, basically what I want to ask you all is, how many of you would like to travel and make money the easy way? Seeing a bunch of yeses. How many of you would want to make a difference in your local marketplace? I think that looks like
everybody. I certainly do. So good to know. Good to know. Well, let's go ahead now and move back over into the actual solutions that you're going to be able to work with and promote and sell, and basically have the ability to travel and make money and also make a difference in your local marketplace, just as these two questions have asked.
George, of course, showed us a lot about the Snapshot Report, and that is the key. Snapshot reports provide you with an immediate way to find out the pain points of that particular prospect. It gives you basically an edge when you're calling on these companies, whether they are existing clients of yours or they're completely fresh out of the gate. And it gives you a better ledge to stand on, so to speak. What I'd like to do now is kind of move into show you a little bit more about the Reputation Intelligence Dashboard. And so I'm going to go ahead and click into the demo. This is a demo I set up yesterday for a local dealership, World Toyota. It's going to take a second here to load. This is the high time for internet traffic here in the area, so of course it's not as fast as I'd like it to be. So basically when you get to the screen, you're going to initially see this, more or less this informational screen. Just you want to make sure that once you've gone in and created your account, just as George showed us earlier, you are going to need to verify the information when you get into the RepIntel dashboard. And you have the ability here to edit the service keywords, the phone number, local competitors of theirs, and common business names as well. Or additionally add key people that would need to be privy to the report. You can certainly click Remind Me Later, so we'll go ahead and do that. But this tool is a dashboard that's a comprehensive reputation management. There's nothing easier than this system. I swear, guys, it's amazing how awesome that this works. I mean, it just pulls all the data for you. You just have to be able to help them understand it, and we've got great tools in order to do that. Additionally, anytime you have questions about a particular aspect of the dashboard, a great feature is to click these little information circles. And for example, about visibility, if you were a little bit unsure, you could certainly read and see that this measures accurate information on not just the visibility but the accuracy of those listings, and then potential errors that have been found, and 6 sources in this case that are missing. So, right off the bat, they can get an overview of exactly where they stand between their listings score. They've got an opportunity to review their aggregate of reviews online. So, whether they were positive reviews, negative reviews, neutral reviews. Mentions is great because it provides a key into seeing what third-party companies or sources are saying about their company, and can address it accordingly. So this would include blogs, online newspapers, video, image sharing sites, and basically anything else that's mentioned here. And I'm going to show that to you in a little bit more detail as well. Competition, this is one of my favorites, and I'm going to share a little bit with this in just a minute. But you can really take essential keywords that are basically what they would want to be ranked with SEO as far as their top rankings, and compare their share of voice, their online presence in relation to those keywords as their competitor. I've actually got a gym I'm working with, and they've got kickboxing. They're a kickboxing gym, and they've got kickboxing in their name. However, because they didn't have enough content within their website mentioning kickboxing, they actually ranked significantly lower than a local competitor of theirs. And it wasn't until I was working with the business owner and had him see this, and he freaked. And he was like, "Oh my God, I got to do something really quick." And I can't believe I didn't know this sooner. And so that's what you're doing here, is you're providing this value, this insight that a lot of these business owners, they're so intertwined in the day-to-day with their business, they don't have the ability or capacity or even know how to go about finding that information. So, this was a revelation for him, and it's been proven to definitely increase his visibility online in relation to those keywords, and generate a lot more traffic and obviously more revenue to his business. So, basically, of course, you've got the overview screen here, but we want to get into more detail. So you've got the ability to review that information via the listings themselves and reviews. And so as soon as this loads up, we go ahead and take a little bit more of a gander at it here. Once again, I'm at the mercy of the internet, so typically have really good speed, but let's see how that works out. You have to do a reload here. Let's see. Let's see if we can reload it. Here we go. All right, so what we're going to be able to see here in listings, it's as soon as it completes the load. Can't live with technology, can't live without it, right? Here we go. All right, so now that we can see the data, this is World Toyota, once again, that we're looking at, this prospect I'm talking to. We can see their listing score. And so really what this listing score does is it basically provides the number of sources your business is listed on divided by the number of sources turned on. It also computes the accuracy. So basically, you're looking at averages between the business name, and it takes into account the address, the city, percentage for the state and province, zip code, website, phone number, etc. And basically gives you a much better understanding of not just the accuracy, but the quantity of how many listings are actually there and accurate and reportable. So what we can do now is go through and we can see that green check marks, see that the contact information for that business is accurate. Anytime you see the caution symbol, that means that it may not, it's either may not going to be a site that would matter, and you can edit those out. So for example, cars.com, it would matter, but it might not matter if it was a medical type listing source. If that, sometimes they may sneak up in here, and so what will happen is you have the ability then to go in and edit those review sites and make sure that the ones that are being reported are the ones that actually matter. So in this case, we'd want to verify Will Toyota's information here. You could click edit here and verify if it's correct, or if it's a pseudo site, like a fake site that isn't necessarily yours. You could go in and say it's not yours. So it's a great opportunity to make sure that we're providing them an understanding of where we need to focus on in order to get them at 100% listing visibility and accuracy. You can also click the statistics panel here. It'll load a little bit faster. And of course, because this is a demo account and not an active account, we're not going to be able to see as many, obviously, of the analytics data for this. But basically what it would do is, of course, provide you the ability to monitor the number of active sources that are currently turned on within the edit listings settings area, compared with the industry average. So once again, some great tools that the business owner that you're working with is going to be able to command and see this on a day-to-day as well. Let's go ahead now, and we're going to move to reviews. And look, George was saying too, is this is such an awesome tool because it really aggregates all of those different review sites and all of any posts from social media and all of that into one system. So imagine being like the COO of a business, and you're not going to have time to check out each review site or each directory site for each location that you own. It wouldn't make sense. There's not enough time in the day for that. Where this really, it takes all of that information and aggregates it into one quick and efficient system. Basically, you can see exactly where their reviews are coming from through the distribution pie graph here. You've got 74 reviews from Cars.com, 90 from all others. You've got 622 from DealerRater and Facebook. So you can see, where the reviews matter, what they're putting stock in, what they may need to increase. Getting more reviews potentially in Cars.com. I would say that they probably want a little bit more of a balance, but it depends on the focus of that particular business owner. But it gives them a great opportunity to see exactly where those reviews are coming from. We also have a trending area here where they can actually see what keywords people are talking about most in relation to their business. This would be a great tool for basically SEO and keyword analysis to try to find out how we can better help them with getting the right content, the right keywords in their website in order to rank them higher as well, based on what customers and clients and people are saying about their business already and what matters to them, because that's always changing, right? So this is a great service right here that tells you exactly what they're talking about. Of course, now you can kind of go back through and they can see all in one place those reviews, which is fantastic. You get an average rating and you can monitor that. With the active reputation intelligence, it's going to pull this information daily, so they'll be able to see, hey, are we on the right track? Looks like they're doing pretty solid with 606 5-star reviews and very little 1- and 2-star reviews, so that's very good. That's the whole key here is, there's going to be a lot of in between with a lot of businesses you're prospecting. I mean, some may have more 3 stars, for example. We want to obviously get them to 5 stars, so this will help them do that for sure. Once again, mentions are typically any third parties that are referencing the particular business, and that could be either through Twitter or Facebook or throughout the web. And you can see exactly which ones are positive and have a positive sentiment and which ones have a negative sentiment. So, very quick and efficient way to see exactly what is being said about your company online. And I'm going to go ahead now and move toward the social aspect of the reputation intelligence tool. And I love this because really what it does is it can take your top 3 competitors' social media network pages and graph them in relation with your network pages, with your company's social media pages, and see daily who's getting more likes and who's getting more followers. If we can get this to load. Let's see if it's doing up. Here we go. And so what we would do is, in order to find that, we would go to, you need to first set up the social accounts. So you go in and you link up their Facebook page, their Twitter page, or their LinkedIn page, and any other pages, Foursquare that they're looking to connect for their own business. And you would sync those up, and once those are synced up, you would then be able to click Monitor Social Activity. So what will happen is at that point then you'll see that once they're connected, you'll see that they're all connected here. And at that point, let's see, here, you can actually compose a post as well within the system, and you can actually sync that post to any of your social networking pages. So now they don't actually even have to go into their own respective social network pages either. They can do it all from this system, which is so much easier, so much faster. My clients love it because it's one and done. It's in the competition tab and they actually used to have social and competition kind of intertwined, but they kind of integrated the social ability to post as its own individual tab area there. But this is kind of what I was talking about earlier as far as share of voice. So with car dealer and dealership and parts and service, these can be edited as you see fit. I mean, if obviously this is Toyota, so if we want to see Toyota in Atlanta, is one of the key phrases here. We could see the World Toyota is beating out Toyota of Roswell, which is a nearby dealership, for example. You can see exactly how they rank based on the number of times that that key phrase is mentioned online and through the website and all of that. And additionally, of course, you can always click for more information on any of the information tabs right at each corner of the sections of this dashboard. So it's always a great reference. But yeah, you want to know, are your competitors beating you out in market share, basically, for these potential keywords? Which I mean, that's critical information, to say the least. This is what I was talking about earlier as far as social audience. So I mean, because this is kind of a brand new system, we haven't actually integrated the social media pages and URLs more or less for each of these. We would eventually, once that is all done, not just for World Toyota, but you can actually add those profiles for the competitors as well. You'd actually be able to see a daily graph. You can see how it would measure on a day-to-day how many we've actually got. Let me see if I can provide a better example. Let's see here. Bear with me just a sec. I'm going to see if I can find a better example for you all. Go to Jeff, how are we doing on questions?
We're good. I've been answering them.
Great, fantastic, fantastic. Go to here, in here. Just a quick little back office. I just want to show you some examples of potentially existing accounts that we've got that would have that graph. And I can certainly send that information as well to anybody who's interested to kind of see. Once you actually put those URLs in, it automatically puts that information in for you. So looks like this is one of our actives here, and we'll go ahead and open this up. Let me click competition here. So of course you can see, one of the active accounts. Whoop, I had to jump back. Let's see if I can get it back over to competition. The great thing about this, too, is we can provide these reports on a monthly or weekly basis, and they would access the reports. It actually inventories the reports, so they can see these changes that they're making week to week, month to month, which is great. And it actually will store each one of those reports in the Reports tab here as well. But basically, yeah, this is kind of a synopsis, so it's so much better when you can actually see the graph, right? But this is growth over 30 days. You've got an overview, so the client here is Centennial Animal Hospital. They've got an increase of 6 likes, and for this particular graph of 30 days. And of course, some of their local competitors here, you can see that they've all somewhat increased as well. But you can see exactly that this is the discrepancy here, where they need to to catch up more or less. You can also see the total. So that was growth. That was number over the past month. You can see total. Centennial Animal Hospital does have significantly more as a total audience. So you can see how if the company is paying for social media services, they can see exactly if it's paying off. I mean, that's the return on investment right there. And if they're paying for those services and it's going down and the competitors are going up, then right away they need to be alerted. I mean, that's money out the drain if if they're not getting the results they're looking for in beating out their competitors for the social media presence, if you will, against their competitors. So that kind of shares a little bit more. I can go ahead and click reports here once it loads. But this is, like I said, this library of executive reports and how they can measure it week after week over time to see increases and improvements on particular initiatives within their reputation intelligence. Aspects that they're targeting, whether they want to increase their social media presence over their competitors or improve their share of voice for particular keywords, or increase their their positive reviews from week to week. So you can set it to by editing it through here, or monthly or weekly, and where it goes and gets sent to. Another great service that we've got going is the Presence Builder, or the Presence Builder. And I want to show you all a little bit more about that through this quick, it's like a 2-minute video. And so we're going to go ahead and show that to you now. And then we'll talk briefly about how that works and why it's so valid to every business owner to be more visible and have more accurate listings online.
Over 40% of local businesses have errors in address when listed online. 85% of customers will likely not return to a business if the address or hours are listed incorrectly.
%of consumers search online before even setting foot in a store. This means that consumers are going online to businesses' websites, directories, and search engines before they even come close to entering the physical store. So isn't it just as important for a local business to have a great online presence? One that allows customers to find them with ease? With our software, we help you create a strong foundation for your digital reputation. We help build your online presence to improve search engine rank and make sure your business information is correct across the web. This ensures customers will always be able to find you online and on the street. You could do all of this on your own, but why would you spend more than 300 hours a year working on this? You have a business to run. Save time and put our software to work for you. 81% of
So it's so easy. Basically what you would do is you would be able to put in the information once, and you would go through that just through here on the business profile page. And now this service is an annual service that you can upsell, and businesses will pay a lot of money for this service because, I mean, they're not going to have the time to do it themselves. And, you know, the reputation intelligence part of it really only shows them, you know, which ones they need to improve. But unless, you know, you're going to provide that service and do that one by one, you know, it could be difficult if you're scaling it for a large company. So this is an opportunity to help them by making sure that all of their hours, the working hours, their contact info, and their social links, once they're uploaded correctly into this system, and you would click Save, and just as she said, it would more or less show you over time that those incorrect listings are being corrected. And I mean, there's like 300 plus, 400 plus listings out there. I mean, that would take forever to try to manage it on your own. So, I mean, many of my clients have found this service invaluable. You can see that this client actually is using this service currently. You can see by it saying active here. It won't have any information here if it's just a demo. I mean, you can play with it, but it's not going to actively correct that information unless the service is paid for. We'll share a little bit more about the pricing later. But basically, you can see that all these that say fixed here, you can actually click it and see some of the, for example, that this listing was marked as an X, so it wasn't even found as of September 29th. And then through this solution, not even a few weeks later, you know, the business name has been corrected on, you know, Factual's information grid. So these data providers are what the 300 plus listing providers basically go to verify if the information is correct. So basically, this is the fastest, most automated way possible where you're providing huge value for them. They don't have to do any of the work. You really don't have to do any of the work either, except making sure that the information in the business profile is correct. And you sit back and you collect. I mean, it's easy and it's awesome. Love this service. Love this service. Presence Builder, when activated, also allows you, like George said, to basically create landing pages and mobile websites. There's some statistic out there that I think less than 16% of businesses have a mobile optimized site, but mobile visitors are going to websites more and more and more year over year over year. So it's essential. to have a mobile optimized site, and it's really easy to create. You don't actually even need to have that much programming, if any programming knowledge or coding knowledge or anything like that. Let's see if I can get this loaded for you and then show you an example of what a finished product might look like. And basically you can create QR codes for this company. You can view the location page as you build it, but basically you can upload images, and so long as they fit within the pixel sizes for the file, then they'll be able to be uploaded. And once the pages are built, all you would need to do is have the programmer for the website, and this is typically somebody who's already working with the company for their back end. You would just provide them with the redirect script once it's completed, and they would know exactly where to go to upload that as a mobile redirect, for example. So, you could take a business that didn't have a mobile website, provide them this code, and they would be able to have that in their back end. And anytime somebody's on their phone, it would recognize it, and they would be able to see the landing page. Let's see if I've got... This is an example of one of the landing pages. Oh, we had it. And let's see.
Like if I go over to view the page currently.
Well, take a look here. Looks like not able to see it, but basically you can create beautiful websites, sometimes typically better than the website that the business already or currently has. Or if they're just not willing to spend that much money, but they need multiple landing pages for multiple locations, it's a great opportunity to provide them with that service. Kind of moving on, we're going to just briefly share with you a little bit more about the brand analytics. This is something that for multi-location businesses is pretty essential because it once again collectivizes and aggregates multi-location business information in regards to online reviews and visibility. So for this example, we created a brand called Chris Dental, but I took 4 different businesses that have nothing to do. Chris Dental is made up. But let's say that this is a company with 4 locations, and what it would do is it would take all of the aggregated information for the reviews and put them into one system. So negative reviews are going to basically be anything that shows the most recent 1- and 2-star reviews for those locations. So they can quickly and easily see these and attend to them, that same day or next day if they're keeping tabs with this every single day. It also will provide the latest 5 top reviews, which is 4- and 5-star reviews. So once again, it's so much simpler when it's all in one place. And your business clients, your COOs, your CIOs are going to thank you for basically making their job way easier by providing this service to them. For visibility, just to kind of show you, it breaks it down a little bit further. So for example, if you had 4 locations, it will actually show you bar graphs of exactly, if the listing information for those locations were found or which ones weren't. So for example, you've got, all 4 of them were found in 411.com. You only had 2 out of the 4 show up on Foursquare. And you can pretty much go all the way down for each one of these and see, okay, they really need to get their information corrected on, certain websites. Now, for example, like I said, doctor.com, I think this was, Chris Dental may apply, may not apply, and we've got the ability to go in and edit if necessary. But it also allows you to browse visibility as well. You can see, which ones are found, and it would source that information for you. You can also go through quickly and see which ones have possible errors, and you can verify those or, see what's missing. So it really helps that business owner understand exactly where they are in their visibility. We'll just take a quick peek at reviews here. And then I'm going to show you a little bit more about the MyRepMgr site itself. Basically here you've got the ability to see all of the reviews review information for those locations and their aggregated scores. So basically, of course, how many total reviews were found, how many were positive, neutral and negative, and you can actually compare the online sentiment of your entire brand from this system. Once again, you can also let them know that they can actually breeze through these and attend to the reviews that need attending to right away from the system. So it's just a fantastic tool. Really, MyRepMgr is the best solution, and I'll tell you why. Because not only is you've got access to second-tier support, you've got the opportunity to become an immediate member in the MyRepMgr Facebook forum group. It's kind of a mastermind group that we have for our reseller partners, and it's a great way to bounce ideas back and forth, talk about strategy. We actually have a service as well that allows you to get weekly training videos that are put on live for our resellers, which is fantastic. I mean, how often can you get weekly opportunities at learning how to sell this and how to be effective at communicating all the different services and tools that MyRepMgr offers. And really what that does is that's in the back end, because like Jeff said, we wanted to make this a site that you can directly show your interested clients and your interested prospects what this is about without kind of giving it all away. And that's really going to be kind of the back office that you're going to have access to is under the Members tab. We've also provided an overview, which is more of where you're going to want to guide them. And it talks a lot more about the individual aspects of reputation intelligence, like what is it, what we actually monitor, which I talked about earlier, the snapshot process, the snapshot prospecting tool, brand analytics, presence builder, concierge, and that kind of thing. In the members section, though, that's really the meat and potatoes of what is important to the resellers, because we provide so much training. Not only do we have the ability for you to be able to register for these live weekly sales and training webinars simply by just going here into the training area and clicking that tab there. We also have a video library and archives of a wealth of information to help you be successful. Because guys, listen, we want you to be successful using MyRepMgr. I mean, it's so automated, it's so simple, it's so easy to really make money and make a difference in your local community. I mean, the impact is amazing, and the tools that you have at your fingertips here. I mean, 250,000 plus businesses are using this all over the country and the world. So, I mean, this is something that it's the most affordable way to provide reputation intelligence services out there right now. And like I said, we're going to give you all the tools you need to be successful. I mean, let's say you want to learn more about how to sell, brand analytics. So you want to go ahead and click. Once you start your trial, we're going to want you to be successful, and you're going to want to know how to sell it. So, and use it, of course. So we've got how to order it, how to navigate the site to get to it, basically how to use the tool, and how to sell it. Let me see here too. We've got a quick start checklist, and I recommend you all start at the getting started section. The key first step is critical because we encourage all of our businesses to, business partners, if you will, to really get this going for their own business, because the better you understand it for your own business, the better you're going to be able to communicate that to your prospects and interested parties. And then we got a quick start checklist, and it's a video that I put together that will help navigate and show you exactly the steps to help you get through and kind of get your process started, get your business plan together and that kind of thing, where to go for training, how to register for those live webinars, and how to start those snapshot reports, and really everything that George put together. Of course, he explained it.
So at this point, you've seen quite a lot, and you're probably wondering, well, what do I get? And really, that's a great question. As an authorized MyRepMgr reseller, you will get the best bargain for reputation intelligence services in the market today. What that means is that you're going to get the easiest, most powerful reputation intelligence reporting software tools available through the MyRepMgr system. The Snapshot Report that George Leith shared with us in the very beginning of this webinar provides you with eyes on the inside, which really means you get to see your prospects' pain points. The Snapshot prospecting system is phenomenal. It opens the door and it gives you the ability to have a warm, genuine conversation. And that can also help with selling any of your additional services in addition to the MyRepMgr solution. We also provide weekly sales webinars that are included by Vendasta. They are every week and actually every day for the different solutions that are offered within the MyRepMgr system. I provide second tier support for you. You're going to provide the first tier as the go-to for your client. We also have dynamic marketing collateral. We have a webinar library, and all of our training webinars and video tutorials are going to be on the MyRepMgr site in the training column underneath the members tab. We also have slide decks that are unbranded in there as well. Membership to the MyRepMgr Reputation Facebook forum is also included. That is a closed group only for MyRepMgr resellers. And I also provide a monthly Q&A coaching webinar as well. And I always send out multiple emails for registration for those events. So now, we want to know, okay, well, how much is it going to cost me and how much can I charge for it? How it works is we provide a 14-day $1 trial. Once again, it's $47 a month reseller license after that trial period. So once again, 14 days, $1 trial. After that, it's $47 per month. That includes unlimited accounts. However, the accounts that are active require a la carte pricing. So how this works is it's variable cost, and it really depends on how many clients or how many snapshot prospecting demo reports you're looking to pull. And how it works is you pay once your client pays you. Not in the instance with Snapshot, that's going to simply be your cost. But anytime we're converting a demo active rep intel account or a basically, anytime that they're looking to upgrade from and turn it to an active account, your charge is $24.97 per account. That's per location now, per month, for us to convert the demo account to the active reputation intelligence monitoring account. Snapshot reports are $1.97 per snapshot. You can also get a bundle of 5 for $9.85, or you can actually upgrade your reseller account on a monthly basis, and it is a reoccurring upgrade charge, $50 per month over your $47 per month reseller license, and that allows you to get 25 demos at a time. Keep in mind those demos do not roll over, so it's high volume, and it's a great way to basically really get the most out of the MyRepMgr prospecting solution. Anytime you've got a multi-location business that is looking to convert, not only in getting the active reputation intelligence, but also to integrate that brand analytics platform that we showed you earlier, that charge to you is $34.97 per location per month, wholesale cost. The active local listings distribution is $99 per year, which also includes the Presence Builder landing pages and mobile responsive site capabilities. So that's per location, $99 per year for that. What you can charge for it, typically I found the best price points are around 3 to 4 times more than your cost for each of the solutions. That's where I found kind of the best pulse point for pricing at retail. So really what that means, what that looks like is, for active reputation intelligence reporting, anywhere from $74 to $149 per month per location. And for brand analytics, I would typically charge around $99 to $199 per month per location. I've also found that providing volume-based pricing, so where you basically would lower their cost for more locations they incorporate in your deal, is also a great incentive as well. We can share pricing strategies at another point, but annual listings, repair, and increased visibility. I've found a good range retail for that is anywhere between $299 to $399 per year per location. And, of course, if you're looking at multiple locations over 10, 20, 50, I would price accordingly because, with that type of opportunity, you don't want to outprice yourself. But if you're looking at, just a few locations and want to integrate it together, that's typically a fair price. Presence Builder, specifically in regards to the mobile site and the custom landing pages, I found $99 per month per location for those to be pretty much appropriate as well. So let me get over to the offer page. But let me remind you first that it only takes one client to generate a profit from the MyRepMgr solution. So once again, this is a no-risk, $1, 14-day trial opportunity. You must use the www.jefflink.co/RyanRep link, and it works. We've checked it. That is the link you need to use in order to get on top of trying out this service. And guys, you're not going to regret it. We provide some of the most dynamic training materials out of any other solution that you'll find for reputation anywhere. I'm sure a lot of you have seen a lot of different solutions, a lot of different products come down the pipe from a lot of marketers, but I guarantee you they're not going to provide you the support and the training materials that we are, and we do. So once again, $1 14-day trial offer, www.jefflink.co/RyanRep. We look forward to seeing you as a MyRepMgr reseller and getting you started right away. Y'all have a great evening, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.